Council for Tuesday, October 2nd. Are we all logged in? Chris?
11 are present, Your Honor.
All right, Alderman Nicholson is going to be 20 minutes late, so we have a quorum. We'll proceed. If you'd all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and then remain standing for the invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we're grateful tonight and every day for the gifts you bestowed upon the city of Green Bay. This past weekend, many of us participated in charity walks to bring awareness and financial support to those who suffer from illness. Bless all those affected with heart disease, kidney disease, and mental illness, and all others who struggle with health issues. While we do not understand why illness is prevalent in our world, we know we can find comfort and strength through you. We pray for the many caregivers and health professionals here in Green Bay and throughout the world. Give them strength and wisdom as they work to heal our families. We ask you also to watch over all our brave men and women in our military, especially those serving on the USS Green Bay. I ask this in your name. Amen. All right, with that, we'll proceed. I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the minutes. All right, so we have a motion by Alderperson Dorff and seconded by Alderman Scannell to approve the minutes. That's item D, and these are the minutes of September 18th, as well as the special meeting we had September 25th. Any corrections, deletions, anything you want to amend here? All right, seeing no lights, all in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it, and item D has been approved. I'm now looking for a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion approved.
All right, there's a motion by Alderman Vanderleest and seconded by Alderperson LaFave.
Your Honor?
Yeah, I don't see your light on, but I know you want to talk to me,
Yeah.
so.
Sorry. There.
There.
Okay.
Alderman Scannell.
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to move finances number 3 to the end of our meeting.
That's report J.
Report J, number 3.
That is potentially to go into closed session, and to be respectful to our guests who are here and staff, I think that's appropriate.
Second.
All right, that's seconded by Alderperson Dorff. Speak on that. Okay, all in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it. Anything else you want to do with the agenda? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adopt as amended.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
By Alderman Scannell, second by Alderperson Corpus Stacks. All in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it, and the motion on the agenda as amended has been adopted.
Report by the mayor.
2 things. Anybody see the paper today? Job with me. So we got a lot of work to do in the next 6 months, and I'm excited about it. As I said yesterday, a lot of enthusiasm, and I just really look forward to this. It's been a great 16 years for me. I was late tonight because I was coming from Ben's Wish. One of my 500 events a year, and I think that's important that, like I saw many of you at some of those charity walks and all those events, it's important that we're out in the public. And I'm glad to be moving on, but I'm going to miss a lot of this. With that, I want to ask you, we're working on a project, and I'd like you to come and see Kevin Bonk, maybe Diana, in the next week. It's a framework, and I think it's important that we bring in to talk about it. So if you can, Dr. Bonk is going to be around, right? And he'll make himself available to you to talk about an opportunity for the city. And that would conclude my report.
We're on to announcements.
Alderman Scannell.
Thank you, Your Honor. It's going to be a busy weekend, so I do have a few announcements. Please bear with me. This Friday, October 5th, from 6 to 8 p.m., October Family Fun Night. The YWCA is hosting the first of the season's Family Fun Nights. This event is free and open to the public, and includes hot dogs and nachos, free swim, an obstacle course, movies, and a costume parade. Then on Saturday, Saturday's a big day. There's a large vegetable weigh-in contest from 7 to noon. The Gardeners Club of Green Bay will be at the Saturday Farmers Market weighing the largest produce and comparing it to their historical records. Find out who will have the largest pumpkin this year and even win a blue ribbon yourself. Bring your pumpkin. Do you have one? I don't. And then there's also from 7 a.m. to noon, the Bellin Women's Pink Pumpkin 5K. The Bellin Women's Pink Pumpkin 5K will be held at the KI Convention Center. Raise awareness and funds for the Breast Cancer Family Foundation while enjoy a fall walk or run downtown. Then also Saturday night from 6 to 11 p.m. there's Unhinged, the art event of the senses, taking over Old Fort Square at 211 North Broadway. It will feature a variety of local artists and live demonstrations. Get your tickets at the door, save a little money, and get them early from Unhinged web or Facebook page. All proceeds support the event and artists. The one-night event will be followed with a one-week pop-up gallery, free and open to the public. And then last but not least, the Diverse Perspectives, an author series. 3 authors will give presentations at the Brown County Central Library for their 3-part series event. The first will feature up-and-coming award-winning children's author Pablo Cartaya, speaking on identity, his writing process, and more. That's Monday, October 8th, from 5 to 7 p.m. Thank you very much. Over and over.
Were you a DJ? Any other
DJ wannabe.
Any other announcements? I've not seen any other lights on. All right. You can continue. Do you have any
Yes,
announcements?
I do. You can now vote absentee in the clerk's office for the November 6th election through Friday, November 2nd at 5 p.m. And please bring a government-issued photo ID if you are already registered. Otherwise, if you need to register, bring proof of residence also.
All right, thank you. All right, let's continue.
We're on to appointments, new appointments, Landmarks Commission, Justin Balsley, Ronald Dane, and City Official Dan Ditchite, Parks, Recreation, and Forestry Director.
Let's do the new appointments first.
Move to approve.
All right, there's a motion by Alderperson Dorf, second by Alderman Scannell, to approve the new appointments read by the clerk. Any discussion here? I'd like you to use the board on this because you are appointing Dan Ditchite to be our Parks Director, and it's great. And I want to just document this. So if you please use the board on this. These are the new appointments.
Oh, there we go.
There you go, Dan. Congratulations, Dan, and thank you, council. Okay, Chris.
We're on to reappointments, Water Commission, Doug Martin.
Motion to approve.
There's a motion by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderperson Craig Stevens for the reappointment of Doug Martin. Discussion here. See no lights. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it. And Doug's been reappointed. Thank you.
We're on to ordinances, third reading. You may, under suspension of the rules, adopt ordinances 1 through 4 together with one roll call vote.
Move to suspend 1, 2, and 4. Need to amend 3.
Fine.
Only one,
Pardon me?
also one separate.
So 2 and 4.
Just if I could have.
That's fine. So there's a motion on the floor, seconded by Alderperson LaFave, to suspend the rules to take items 2 and 4 together. All in favor of suspension, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it. Motion to adopt by Alderman
Second.
Sawyer, second by Alderman Scannell. If you please use the board, this is items 2. Whoops. Sorry. Okay. Items 2 and 4. Alderman Vanderleest and Alderman, okay. And those pass unanimously. Thank you. go back to item 1. What are your wishes regarding item
Motion
1?
to adopt.
A motion by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderman Stoyer. Alderman Wary.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is the ordinance regarding reconsiderations, and I'm going to make a motion to amend it. And before I read the amendment, I'll just give my reasons here. It is to reflect more of the way we handled it at the city for many years. You know, it was kind of vague, and we had an issue with it a couple months ago. So my motion here is going to be to rewrite it to show the way we handled it for many years, to be more in line with Robert's Rule of Order and more in line with surrounding cities in the county. The way it's written now or proposed, we do try and handle things fairly quickly, as quick as we could, but especially in the summer, if something were to be voted on in June, and then at the July meeting, you know, it was put in to reconsider it, we wouldn't handle it till August. So you're looking at skipping months of time, and especially with some of the bigger things we handle, you'd be looking at, you know, a very long process. I did run this by Attorney Chavez, and she did thankfully make one correction in here that I didn't catch. So here is my amendment. Any member voting with the majority may move for reconsideration of the vote on any question at that meeting, or may submit the motion to the clerk, the city clerk, up to 48 hours prior to the next city meeting. This will allow for the item to be placed on the upcoming agenda and comply with open meetings law requirements. The motion may not be acted upon until it appears on the agenda. A 2/3 vote of the body is required for reconsideration. And then the rest is just appointments of city officers shall not be subject to reconsideration whether confirmed or rejected. Basically puts us in line with what we had been doing. You have a certain amount of time to reconsider it, and then it'll be right on the next agenda, so that you won't be having this delay, especially with some of the big items we've had. So that's all. Probably, yeah, that was my amendment.
Is your amendment? Do you have that in writing?
Yeah, I had it.
Oh, we have it.
You need it back.
Are you okay with this?
I need it. Yeah.
All right.
I'll second that.
All right, so we have a motion and a second to amend General Ordinance 2218, 22.06 per and 7, as stated by Alderman Weary. Any discussion on that? So that's reconsideration, right? You make a vote and you're like, oh man, I don't know that this is what I wanted to do. So you could do it at that meeting, or 48 hours you send prior to the next meeting, you send an email in writing to the clerk, and that will then be placed on the agenda.
Could it need to
And
be in writing? Couldn't it be a verbal? Doesn't say, it doesn't specify in the ordinance.
you
Why
said
not?
that.
Does it
I
matter?
think it should be, but
We could insert in writing to the city clerk. That would be fine, yeah. Otherwise, verbal, you could get into a,
Right.
I did it, I didn't do it,
exactly.
yeah.
So, and then it would be placed on the agenda, and would be reconsidered at the next meeting and another vote taken. But you have to vote in the affirmative. Okay. There's a motion and a second to adopt it as amended.
As amended. And with the alteration you made in writing.
Right,
One clarification, it's not an affirmative, it's vote with the majority.
right. Alderman Nicholson, you want to log in, and then we'll capture your vote here. There we go. We can do that voice vote, the amendment, and then, so there's a motion and a second to amend item 1. All in favor of the amendment, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, nay. And to adopt as amended
Adopt as
by Alderman
amended.
Weary, second by Alderman Scannell. Now here you gotta use the board. This is,
Yeah.
Alderman Nicholson, if you can you just notify the clerk verbally, and then I'll,
Yes.
okay. All right, so with that, the motion as amended has been adopted by the council unanimously. So what are your wishes regarding item 3? Motion to adopt by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderman Stevens. Alderman Scannell, you got the floor.
Yep, thank you, Your Honor. Section 3 of the ordinance has a typo in it. It has the wrong date, 2017. And so I'd just like to strike that entire sentence and replace it with, "This ordinance shall take effect on and after its passage and publication," period.
That's your amendment. Second on that, Alderman Weary? All right, so there's a motion, a second to adopt, to amend item 3, that the passage date be upon approval and publication by the council. Discussion on that? So there's a motion, a second for the amendment. All in favor of the amendment, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And then, thank you, that passes. Motion to adopt is amended by Alderman Weary, second by Alderman Scannell. And if you use the board here, this is item 4. Okay. How about, let's get Alderman Nicholson rejoined the meeting. So could you again, Alderman Nicholson, just give us a verbal yes? Yes? Okay. Let me move on here. All right. So that also passes unanimously. Okay, clerk.
Report of the Finance Committee, September 25th, 2018.
All right, so there's a motion by Alderman Scannell, seconded by Alderperson LaFave, to approve the report, item J, the report of the Finance Committee. Number 3 has been moved to the end of the agenda, so it's 1, 2, 4, and 5. Any items here you wish to handle separately? 2? Okay. All right, hearing none others, all in favor of the remainder of that report, please signify by saying aye. Aye. And those opposed, nays. The ayes have it. Items 1, 4, and 5 have been approved. What are your wishes regarding item 2? Motion to adopt by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderperson Dorff. Alderperson Dorff.
Thank you. So I know I'd made this motion at committee, and after consideration, while I'm certainly in favor of the community gardens, and I'm certainly in favor of this position, I think it's more fiscally responsible to wait until we're looking at the budget before we decide that we're going to put $20,000 toward the position. So I would like to hold this until after we see what the budget looks like and see if that's something that we can take up during that joint budget meeting.
All right, so there's a motion by Alderperson Dorff, second by Alderman Nicholson, to hold item 2 until the joint meeting of the Personnel and Finance, which is the 30th. Any discussion on that? Alderperson LaFave?
There is someone here from the community garden. I don't know if she'd want to come up and speak. I'm just wondering if this is going to put any delay for them. That's all I want to know.
It says on here 2019, 2021, so it wouldn't.
Okay, so you think it would be okay? I'd like to make a motion to
All
open
right.
the floor.
All right, so there's a motion by Alderperson LaFave, second by Alderman Stoyer, to open the floor to hear from interested parties. All in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye. Aye. And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it. The floor is open. We're discussing item 2 under the report of the Finance Committee. If you wish to make a comment, step up to the podium and keep it to 2 or 3 minutes. Thank you. Welcome.
Sure. I'm Cheryl Williams, 1924 Evans Court in Green Bay, and I'm a longtime volunteer with the Community Gardens. I've been volunteering since 2013 growing season, at which time the program was failing. So we've been working for a long time to stabilize this program, and the City of Green Bay has been a fantastic partner. They were the first ones to step forward with funds. There seems, I just wanted to clarify one piece of language, that the motion was, or the communication was really not to ask for budget money, but to make a guarantee, which we chose to, or the committee chose to do by setting aside budget money, which might be the right way. But I'm thankful that we're taking it back to the Finance Committee, and I'll be there, and we'll discuss it there. Thanks. But it's a motion to support the gardens, put the good faith of the city behind it, and that's all, to help make it stable to county. Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak to this one item? Anyone else? Anyone else? All right. We'll get back to regular order, okay? Or you wanted to ask her a question? Oh, go ahead. Name, address?
I'm Cheryl Renier-Wig. I'm speaking to you as the Assistant Development Director for the city. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm a total supporter of community gardens. I think the love fest between the Cheryl is true. We've been working together for a long time for this program. But the question before you today is whether or not you're either going to guarantee levy money or put it into the budget for a position that is funded with block grant, if block grant goes away. And I think it's important for you to understand that we get $1 million a year of block grant dollars, and that's a lot of things we do with block grant. Public Works gets some money, Parks gets some money, Economic Development gets money, but we also have 6 positions in the city that are funded with block grant. Rehab loans, environmental review, a clerk typist 3, public arts, we've got a rehab loan specialist. So we have 6 city employees that are on the city levy right now, that if block grant goes away, we have to figure out what's going to happen with those positions as well. In fact, not only those positions, but the other $1 million of money that's going away for block grant. So as much as I love the community gardens and support them, I cannot support putting that position above the $1 million of other things we do as the city. Number one. Number two, this request is not coming from the county. It's not coming from the Brown County Extension. They're very happy with the arrangement we have. They've asked for $12,000 this year for block grant. We've funded that. We plan to take that every year as a priority for our department. So this request is not coming from the Brown County Extension Office, who is the person that oversees this position. It's a position that right now is funded full with benefits, with the exception of, I think, paid vacation and holidays, which I am told is going to be added to the county budget and will happen next year in January. So this is a position that's fully funded, works. We have the additional block grant. So I would ask that you not even send this to finance. I would ask that you deny this, because if we lose block grant, that's $1 million of what are we going to do that you all have to decide on. And community gardens should be in that mix, along with CSIs and other things we fund with block grant. So I just would not elevate that to a higher level than the other things we do with block grant.
All right, thank you. Any questions for, all right, hang on, Cheryl. Alderman Burnett?
Thank you, Mayor. Cheryl, thanks for that perspective. When will we know if we receive the block grant?
We get
Block
that.
funding.
We're an entitlement community, so we receive that every year. I think we get, it varies depending on how the federal government budget goes. I think we get a notification in February or March, but we might not receive our funding until August or September, so it varies every year. But we count on that money coming in, and we plan for it in budget, and you approve it generally with an annual action plan, so.
What has the fluctuation been on the funding?
It's, well, in kind of what started all this was, I think the president had made some recommendation to cut block grant out of the federal budget. And that has not come to fruition. I think they found out that this is a sacred cow kind of program with a lot of municipalities, so that didn't happen. And that's, so we all were concerned with regards to that. So it's been about the same. It's about, sometimes it's 900, sometimes it's 1.1 million, but it's right around $1 million every year is what we get.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? I can comment on that. On that block grant, President Trump, when he first put out his budget, was to eliminate block grant funding. And I'm on the board of directors of the U.S. Conference of Mayors. everybody was in DC, Mitch McConnell's office, Ryan's office, and the Republicans are the ones who stepped up and said, look, Mr. President, this has got to stay, this is sacred. So I don't think it's going to go away, it actually was increased this year, but the talk is that they're gonna reduce a little bit next year. But block grant is, you think it's important in the city of Green Bay? You talk to, you know, de Blasio, you know, I mean, that, so I think what Cheryl said is right, I think it might go down, but I don't think it's gonna be eliminated. I just wanna comment on that.
Thank you.
Go ahead, did you have anything else? All right, then let's entertain a motion to return to regular order.
So moved.
By Alderman Nicholson, second by Alderman Weary. All in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye. Aye. And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it. Alderperson LaFave, you had the floor. Do you want to comment, or else I'll go to the next Alderperson?
I too know the community garden. I've been involved in the Garden Blitz. It's a very worthwhile thing. I just hope that, like I say, that the grants are there, and I guess the way Cheryl mentioned it, I think it's going to work okay. Thank you. That's all I got to say.
All right. So it's your motion to hold this until October 30th? No, Oh, it's Barb's. I'm sorry. All right, let me go to Alderman Johnson.
So I'm going to vote against holding this item for reasons that Cheryl had brought up, and she said very articulately, which are some of the things that I wanted to capture. I do support the program. I think community gardens are a great thing for our city, particularly when the funding's available. My concern is making a 3-year commitment of funds against the levy should the block grant not be available. And that obligation, that commitment that we're putting on future councils, administrations to fund a program, a non-essential service, which, you know, non-essential services are typically the first to get cut during tight budget times. And I think it's important as a council that we preserve the ability for us to make those tough decisions in the future should we be faced with that. So again, I'm going to oppose the hold and instead favor an up or down vote on the item as proposed.
All right, thank you. Alderman Galvin?
Thank you, Your Honor. At Finance, when this was presented to us, I guess I voted in favor of it. Like everyone else has said, this is a huge benefit to our community, to our youth. The amount of food they produce for those in need is amazing. Plus, it teaches people how to sustain themselves instead of always having to go to shelters and pantries and things like that. But I was led to believe, or my mistake, I thought this was, Brown County was requesting this, and that doesn't seem to be the fact here. And based on everything that Cheryl has put out here, I would make a motion to deny.
All right, but the motion to hold is the first thing we're going to deal with.
Right.
All right, you guys want to turn off your lights when you're done speaking? Alderperson Dorff?
Well, I'm not opposed to withdrawing my motion to hold. Would that speed things up a little bit and make it this a little easier? And just have an up or down vote, that's fine with me.
All right, then withdraw your motion.
I
So
will
we're back to the
withdraw
original.
my motion to hold.
All right, so the original motion we're back to, which was a motion to approve and a second. We're on item 2. So you want to discuss this? This is the up or down. Alderperson Dorff, did you want to speak again on that?
I do not.
Anybody else? All right, use the board on this. A yes vote commits the city for block grant money 2019 through 21. A no vote denies the request. Okay? Please. All right. All right, so that motion fails on a vote of 9-3. right, clerk? I'm sorry.
It's okay. Report of the Protection and Policy Committee, September 24th, 2018.
Right, there's a motion by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderman Stevens, to approve item K, which is the report of Protection and Policy Committee for the meeting of September 24th. Any items in this report you wish to handle separately? Item 4. 2. Okay, hearing none others, all in favor of the remainder of that report, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 1, 3, and 5 have been approved. What are your wishes regarding item 2? By Alderman Scannell. Second by Alderman Vanderleest. Yes, no, I need a second on this, and you're kind of looking at me. You okay with that? All right, second by Alderman Vanderleest. We will go to Alderman Johnson.
I'm just pulling it. I don't need to debate it. I just want to be able to record my vote.
All right? We can all record our vote. Anything else? Alderman Dorf, did you want to speak again, or can you turn your light off? All right, so we're on item 2, which is to approve the Class A liquor license for Quick Trip on Walnut. Relax. Alderperson LaFave.
I'm gonna vote no to approve this. We have enough alcohol all over, and I just don't think this is a proper spot. Yes, it's on one busy street, but all the other streets are residential, and I'm just not gonna support this. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, so we have a motion and a second to approve item 2. If you could use the board here.
Record me as no.
Will do. Do you need to?
Been trying.
All right, so that's a 6-6 vote. I'm going to go with the alderman, as I normally do. How did you vote? So that's going to be denied. All right, let's continue.
Is it number 4?
Pardon me?
Did somebody pull 4?
Oh, yes. All right, we're on now to item 4. Report K, item 4. What are your wishes regarding this report? By Alderman, report to approve by Alderman Scannell. Second by Alderperson Dorf. Alderperson Dorf.
Thank you. So this is the item relating to the penalties for marijuana possession. And so the motion or the item is to hold it until the next meeting. I'm not opposed to holding it. I think it's an item, there's lots of questions about this item. Maybe we should talk a little bit about it tonight. If we don't do that, then I'd really like to have alders pose their questions, get them into staff in a timely manner so that it just doesn't keep getting held from meeting to meeting to meeting. We eventually will have to discuss this item. I've certainly learned a lot more by doing some research in the last week, and I now understand why it would be really important to not take away all municipal penalties, because that, in effect, would make it go right to criminal, being charged criminally, rather than just getting a ticket for it. But so there's a lot going on, and I guess if anyone wanted to speak more about this item, that's one reason I wanted to pull it.
Yeah, well, the motion's to hold it for 2 more weeks, but does anyone want to comment on this? On the hold?
No,
Go ahead.
Yep. As Chair, please, I don't want to see this held from committee to committee. So if you do have some questions or concerns about this, please get them to me or staff, and let's get going on this. So, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, so we have a motion and second to approve item 4. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it, and that item's been approved, which is to hold till the next meeting. Okay, Chris.
Report of the Protection and Policy Committee granting operator licenses.
All right, there's a motion by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderman Stevens to approve Report L, which is the report of the Protection and Policy Committee. Any names on this report you wish to handle separately? I see no lights. All in favor of that report, please signify by saying aye. Aye. And those opposed, nays. The ayes have it, and Report L has been approved.
Report of the Plan Commission, September 24th, 2018.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderman Weary, to approve item M, which is the report of the Plan Commission for the meeting held on September 24th. Any items in this report you wish to handle separately? Seeing no lights, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it, that report's been approved.
Report of the Improvement Services Committee, September 27th, 2018.
Motion to approve.
All right, there's a motion by Alderman Scannell, seconded by Alderman Vanderleest, to approve the report of the Improvement Service Committee stated by the clerk for the September 27th meeting. Any items in this report you wish to handle separately? Item 3. Okay, hearing none others, all in favor of the remainder of that report, please signify by saying aye. Aye. And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it. All items have been approved with the exception of item 3. What are your wishes regarding item 3? There's a motion to approve by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderperson Dorff. Alderperson Dorff, you have the floor.
Thank you. I just wanted to clarify that the reason I asked, I'm asking for consideration for the water main on Humboldt Road to be added to the capital improvement program is because of all the damage that was caused to the properties. And I'm not saying that they must include it in that plan, but I have now the reassurance that they will be considering to that water main, and perhaps it's going to be going to the Water Commission to look at too. So I think it's important that the public know that we are looking at that water main, and we are concerned, and if action is needed to be taken, that it will be taken. And that's all I have on that. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right, so we have a motion, a second to approve item 3. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it, and the item's been approved.
Report of the Park Committee, September 26th, 2018.
What do you, wait, there's a motion by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderman Stoyer, to approve the report of the Park Committee for the meeting held on September 26th. Any items in this report you wish to handle separately? Seeing no lights, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it, and Report O has been approved.
Report of the Personnel Committee, September 25th, 2018.
Motion by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderperson Dorff, to approve the report of the Personnel Committee for the September 25th meeting. Any items under this report you wish to handle separately? Seeing no lights, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it, and that report's been approved.
Report of the Public Arts Commission, September 26, 2018.
All right, there's a motion by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderman Weary, to approve the report of the Public Arts Commission, Report Q. Any items you wish to handle separately here? Seeing no lights, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it, and the report's been approved.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Report of the Traffic, Bicycle, and Pedestrian Commission, September 17, 2018.
All right, there's a motion by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderman Stoyer, to approve the report of the Traffic, Bicycle, Pedestrian Commission meeting. Any items under this report you wish to handle separately? Seeing no lights, all in favor of that report, please signify by saying aye. Aye. And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it, and that report's been approved.
Report of the Sustainability Commission.
All right, there's a motion by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderperson Dorff, to approve Report S, the report of the Sustainability Committee. Any items here, come on, you guys, wish to handle separately? Okay, seeing no lights, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it, and that report's been approved.
We're on to resolutions. You may enter suspension of the rules, adopt resolutions 1 through 4 together with one roll call vote.
All right, there's a motion by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderperson LaFave, to suspend the rules for that purpose. All in favor of suspension, please signify by saying aye. Aye. And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it, the rules are now suspended. Motion to adopt by Alderman Johnson, second by Alderman Scannell. If you please use the board, this is Report T, Resolutions 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, and those pass on unanimous vote. Thank you.
Ordinances first reading. You may enter suspension of the rules, advance ordinances 1 through 4 to a third reading.
All right, there's a motion by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderman Johnson, to suspend the rules for that purpose. All in favor of suspension, please signify by saying aye. And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it. The rules are suspended. Motion to advance by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderperson Corpus Dax. We can do this on a voice vote. Seeing no lights, all in favor, please signify by saying aye. And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it. Those ordinances have been advanced.
Referrals of petitions and communications.
All right. Floor is open now for referral of petitions and communications. Did you light? I thought you said you did. Since you, well, all right, we'll start with Alderman Stoyer.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is to the finance budget, for the finance budget meeting, to look at the recently created WLS project manager position in more detail at the City of Green Bay budget meeting.
Thank you. Alderman Galvin?
Thank you. I submitted this once before, but apparently the committee or the commission wasn't up and running. This is for renewable energy. Develop a plan for Green Bay to offset its total municipal energy use through the use of renewable energy installations on city property. This should include energy used by city buildings, streetlights, transportation, and all other areas of the city. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderperson LaFave?
Yes, I have a request to the Park Department. My request is that they look at the ordinance concerning obnoxious weeds, and I would like them to take care of an obnoxious weed.
Obnoxious?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Obnoxious weed. Right across from the wildlife sanctuary in the little pie-shaped field that is just east of the Bay Beach Amusement Park.
All right.
And have it treated this fall. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Anything else? Anything else? See any other lights on here? Chris, do you have anything you want to?
Do you have one?
Alderman Nicholson, hang on.
Communication for improvement services, create a plan to help relieve water issues at Main and East Mason Street, and Schwartz Street. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Your light's working now. All right, seeing now there's a motion and a second to refer these, I'll entertain a motion and a second to refer all these petitions and communications by Alderman Nicholson, second by Alderman Vanderleest. All in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye. Aye. And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it. Those petitions and communications have been referred to the proper authorities. All right, we are going back to the Finance Committee report, and specifically, it is item 3. Item 3 is to follow through with the action, the committee's direction on the status of litigation with the Green Bay and CIVMIC. What are your wishes regarding this report? Second, all right, so we have a motion by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderman Stoyer, to go into closed session to discuss item 3. And Alderman Scannell, quickly, if you would read the reason the council is recommending closed session.
The council may convene in closed session pursuant to section 19.85 subsection 1 subsection G Wisconsin statutes for the purpose of conferring with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved. The council may thereafter reconvene in open session pursuant to section 19.85 subsection 2 Wisconsin statutes to report the results of the closed session and consider the balance of the agenda.
All right, you didn't have to read it that quick. But, all right, thank you. I'm glad you did that. Please use the board on this. This is going into closed session for the reasons rapidly stated by the alderman. This is the last item, so staff, you guys can be excused. I don't know how long we're going to be in there. All right, Alderman Nicholson? No. All right, so, okay, I'm going to hit the pause button. All right. Okay, that's enough. Motion to return to regular. Motion by Alderman Nicholson, second by Alderman Scannell to return to regular session. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. And those opposed, nays. Ayes have it. We're back in regular session, out of closed session. Alderman Scannell, you had the floor when we left.
I make a motion that staff proceed as directed.
All right, there's a motion by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderman Galvin to proceed as directed. You want to roll call this or just voice? Oh, God. Okay. Yes vote, we proceed. No vote, we don't. As discussed. All right. Votes changed. No, that's right. Alderman Weary, if you just want to weigh in.
No.
Okay, so, that passes on a vote of 7 to 5, and we'll proceed as directed in closed session. All right, with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn by Alderman Scannell, second by Alderman Weary. Go Brewers. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. And those opposed, nay. All right, we'll see you 2 weeks from tonight, 6 o'clock. And try to see Kevin if you can in the next week or so. I think that would be good.